Hey guys, John W. Quinn here, the author of Someone Like Me. Time for another video blog. Well, World Cerebral Palsy Awareness Day is come and gone. As most of you know, that was held on 1 October. That's great. Anytime we can raise awareness for cerebral palsy, it's a good thing. But I have a question. Where do we go from here? All right, what's next? And if you know me, I'm not going to offer a problem without offering a solution to a problem. I've written down 5 things just off the top of my head that I would like to see happen that I think can happen fairly quickly to help the cerebral palsy cause, not only in America, but around the world. Because as you know, cerebral palsy affects 17 million people around the world. So this is not just a United States of America issue. We need to have some companies take on the cerebral palsy cause. Corporate sponsorship of cerebral palsy issues, you know, whether it's a Fortune 500 company saying, hey, we want to take this on. Okay, Coke, Pepsi, I don't care who it is, Anheuser-Busch. I've talked about Apple Computer making one of their MacBook Pros make it green. Green being the color of cerebral palsy, and have a portion of the sale of that model computer go to cerebral palsy research. I think that's a great idea. But I see breast cancer awareness all over the news, all over the television set, and that's great. Congratulations to the breast cancer awareness movement. You guys have done a great job in getting your message out there. I watched the NFL last weekend, and players were wearing pink. See, I want to see the same scope of awareness for cerebral palsy. Why can't this happen? Okay, it can. Of course, it can happen. Right? We just have to have somebody say, "I want to take this on as a cause." Whether it's a sports team saying, "Hey, we're going to wear green." How about you, Boston Celtics? Green is your color, green and white, right? So, about the Philadelphia Eagles, take it on as a cause. Take CP on as your cause, and let's help raise awareness. I want to get United Cerebral Palsy back in the cerebral palsy business, and I'm talking about on the national level. I'm so disappointed in national UCP, I can't even tell you. I believe that they've taken their eye off the ball when it comes to CP issues in this country, and they're more in the spectrum of disabilities arena, which is fine. If that's what United Cerebral Palsy wants to do, then that's fine. But you're United Cerebral Palsy. You're not United Spectrum of Disabilities, okay? Sharpen your focus back on the CP ring, and let's grab this thing. And that leads to my next idea. I want to see some public service announcements produced for cerebral palsy. There's such a lack of awareness in this country on cerebral palsy issues, as we all know. Why is that? Because people aren't seeing the message and hearing the message on television and radio about just simple cerebral palsy facts. The fact that it's not a disease, that you can't catch it by coming up and shaking my hand. And anything that we can do to get the message out. And I see PSAs done for a number of topics, whether it's spousal abuse, drinking and driving, cerebral palsy awareness. It needs to have. We need to get this done. I think it's relatively cheap to do, and if Comcast or Viacom or whoever wants to take that on, use your studios, get a celebrity in there to voice it up, and let's get it going. We need to fund cerebral palsy immediately. There's no funding in the federal budget right now for CP causation research. That's a joke, okay? That is a joke. I know Reaching for the Stars Foundation is working very hard on this. They've donated or dedicated a lot of their time and effort and sweat to try and get this funded. But to my knowledge, it has not been funded yet. It always seems to get pushed back on the back burner. But again, I don't understand in a $2 trillion budget why cerebral palsy doesn't have uh, funding in the federal budget for causation. What causes CP? Let's find a cure for cerebral palsy. We can do this. Okay. How about a national cerebral palsy summit? I said a national cerebral palsy summit, not a national disability summit, which I saw last week at the White House, and that's great. I think anytime you can get something talked about on the White House level, that's great. But I think cerebral palsy needs its own summit. Pick a day, pick a time. Let's get people from all over the world in to talk about cerebral palsy issues. Bring them in. Let's have doctors. Let's have parents. Let's have people with cerebral palsy. Let's have speakers. Whatever. But let's have a national cerebral palsy summit. Um, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. So those are the things. Those are 5 things that I just have written down in the last few minutes that are on the top of my head to follow up on everything that's been going on with the World Cerebral Palsy Day. Okay, because awareness is great, but it's got to be followed up with action. And I'm a man of action. I want to see these things taken care of. I think it's very doable, and yeah, that's it. My name is John W. Quinn. I'm the author of Someone Like Me, An Unlikely Story of Challenge and Triumph Over Cerebral Palsy. So pick up a copy of my book. It's on Amazon. Go to my website, johnwquinn.com. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you can, and spread the word. I would really appreciate it. All right, guys, be well. Have a great day. Talk soon.